So look at me, I've got the ring light out, I've got my hair in, I'm feeling good, and I'm afraid I might be about to enter my insufferable era because I'm feeling fantastic for the first time in ages. Just want to come on and do a little video talking about the first few weeks following surgery. It's been just over 2 weeks since I had my gastric sleeve done, and I've had loads of questions from so many people, loads of well wishes, which I'm really thankful for. And I'm doing this to answer some of the common questions and also to pretty much document things as I'm going along so I can look back and think of what's happened as well. I had my surgery. I went through bookingsurgery.com and my coordinator was Rossi Williams. She is really lovely. She was helpful completely from start to finish. I had my surgery on the 27th of August, so on Tuesday it was 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks now, and I've so far lost 30 pounds, which is insane really, but that was including the 2 weeks pre-op LRD as well. I cannot think of a single complaint apart from I am sick of liquids. I am so ready to get onto soft food. It's a lot, so it's been 5 weeks of only liquids going into me. It's a lot, especially when you really like food, which I do. I love cooking, I love eating, and I've not really done much of either of those. Well, I haven't done any eating and I've done barely any cooking. I did a lot of cooking for my mum. She came to visit and help out, and I've made myself some little tomato soups, but not cooking. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. So let's get into why. Why did I choose to get this done? People will be here thinking, oh, it's the easy way out, this, that and the other. It's really not. It took a long time, and I am talking years, to come to this decision, to actually brave it, to go ahead and do it. And I looked into it via the NHS. I was told the waiting lists were up to 7 years where I live, which is just insane. So that kind of put me off. So why did I do this? Long and short of it is, it just felt like the right time. I've been thinking about it for years, literally years. I'm a member of a forum online, like a gossipy kind of forum, but it has like off topics and things, and I had posted on there in the year 2020 asking for people's input on gastric sleeve surgery, and that's when I first started thinking about it. So it's been 4 years. It's been a long time coming. I've tried in between times to lose the weight myself with varying degrees of success. Last year I tried Saxenda jabs and they were fantastic. They worked really well, but then nobody could get hold of them. They were fucking sold out everywhere. There was no way that I could carry on with that, so I ended up putting on most of the weight that I'd lost through that, and it was really disappointing. And it was when I realised that I wouldn't be able to get hold of those jabs easily that I thought, actually, I need more drastic action, because I can't do this on my own. I've tried everything I can think of for so long, and it's just never really been fully successful. So that's when I started researching, well, not researching, that's when I started reaching out to different companies to see what they could offer. And I decided on booking surgery because the idea of staying in hospital the entire time really appealed to me. I'm not really the kind of person who gets scared of medical things or worries. I feel like I'm in the hands of the professionals. If something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong. But if it's going to go wrong, I'd rather I was in a hospital than a hotel. That was my straightforward reasoning behind it. So yeah, I booked in at the beginning of this year. I was originally thinking of doing it for November, but then I was like, why wait? So they came back to me with a date in August. I was like, yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. Get it over. Excuse me, my sinuses are doing my fucking head in. Yeah, so it was August and it came around really fucking quickly. It's scary how fast it came around. But the whole time when people were asking how I was feeling, was I ready, was I nervous, I was just like, if I could do it tomorrow I would. And I was genuinely so ready for it. So that's where we're up to. We booked, and I did kind of lose my mind a little bit in the couple of months leading up to the LRD. I'm not gonna lie, I was taking advantage of eating what I could. I ate too much. I know I did. I'm not gonna lie. completely transparent. So I ended up actually putting on a little bit of weight before I started the LRD, but it's out of my system. Like, I've mentally prepared. I found a book called Living with Bariatric Surgery. I would do a little thing here, but it's downstairs, so I won't. There is a picture of the book on my grid, so if anybody wants the details, you can get them. I would recommend it 100% because the operation deals with the physical side of things for us, but as most of us know, a lot of it we've got to deal with a lot mentally, of getting out of the headspace of overeating, emotional eating, things like that. So I would recommend if you are interested. August came around really quickly. My friend Amy came with me, and I am so grateful to her for coming, because there ain't no way I am adulty enough to do this shit on my own. Yeah, I'm 37, but I can barely navigate my way out of Blackpool, never mind on a plane to fucking Turkey, keeping me on the straight and narrow. So I will forever be indebted to Amy for coming with me. We set off on the Monday the 26th of August. We travelled from Manchester to Istanbul. I hate flying, and the landing was awful. As soon as the pilot told us that we were starting the descent, the plane started rocking, and it felt like Satan had come knocking. I'm telling you now, I felt like I was on a final destination downwards. It was the first time I just felt like I'd made the wrong choice. I was like, oh no, what have I done? I'm never going to see my boy again. This plane's just going to fall right out of the sky. It was horrible. And I've since been told by 3 people that landing in Istanbul is never nice. So I'm glad they didn't tell me that before, otherwise I wouldn't have fucking gone. It took us nearly an hour to get out of the airport because it's so bloody big, and there was our driver waiting there from booking surgery, lovely man, and there was 2 sisters who were in our taxi as well. They were getting the same things done. Got to the hospital, and then on that night there was loads of tests that I had to do. I can't even remember the order that they were in. I can't remember what I had done that night and the morning before the operation. There was like an ECG, loads of blood tests. I was fitted with a cannula. They did a chest x-ray, an ultrasound of my liver. What else did they do? Heart things. Had a bit of a psychological chat as well, like, why do you want to get this done? What else? I'm sure there was more. They did like your height and weight, worked out your BMI and things like that. I'm sure there was more, but I can't remember. There was loads of shit going on. Tuesday morning, I got told I was the first one going down, so that was a really nice feeling. I was glad to be the first on the list. Put my sexy socks on. They were a bane of my life. So put my sexy socks on, got into the bed for theatre. So we got into the lift to go down to theatre, and the anaesthetist was there next to me, and he was like, right, I'm going to put you under now. And I grabbed his hand and I pointed at him. I was like, you better make sure I wake up because I've got a little boy to get home to. And it's funny now, like, I laugh thinking about the way that I said it to him, and he laughed at me when I said it. He was like, don't worry, you will be fine. But that is the one and only bit where I was like, you fucking better make sure I wake up from this. I don't care if the surgery works or not. I just want to wake up and go home to my boy. Woke up a few hours after surgery, and I don't remember. I feel like I was a groggy mess. The gas pains weren't too bad that day. It was the day after that they hit me. So I was like rocking in bed like you rock a baby, trying to get the wind up. We had a bit of a down day that day. Watched quite a few good films there, didn't we, Ames? And yeah, so that was the day after. Then we get to the Thursday. I was just hooked up to a drip, pissing all the time. Finally allowed a shower, that was nice. And I was on my first shake and allowed some water. You have to go so slow, walking around, walking up and down. And they'd moved the cannula into the back of my hand rather than in my elbow. Now, we were travelling home. We were getting picked up at 5:30 in the morning on the Friday to go to the airport. By midday on the Thursday, I was packed and ready. I just wanted to go. It was done. As far as I was concerned, I was fine. The gas pain had gone. I just wanted to go home. And then on the Thursday night, she came and did some meds in my cannula here, and it had slipped. I can't remember the technical term for it right now, but my arm just swelled up. I was like, are you fucking shitting me? the night before we're going home. Now I'm gonna have to stay. I was panicking that something had gone wrong, that all this fluid would be in my system and I was gonna die, and I'd done so well. But it was okay. Got picked up and taken to the airport. It was the same driver. He was a lovely, lovely man, and he got us through check-in. Like, he just took the shortcuts. He didn't give a fuck. So we got through. I showed him my fit to fly, and then we got to the gate and we were ready. And then the plane was nearly 3 hours late. Istanbul airport is massive, and we'd made it all the way to the gate on time for our nice little flight, due back into Manchester just before midday UK time. Fucking banging. It didn't happen that way, so nobody knew what was going on. Excuse me. Ooh, the girls are in. Nobody knew what was going on. No one was telling us a single fucking thing. Loads of people, we went to queue up. I don't know why. I think it was like people followed everybody else, and I was like, I need to sit down. So I sat down. Then they said there was a gate change. And people were like, but that gate is about 9 miles away, so how are we all going to get there on time? So yeah, we finally got put through the gate, and we went down these stairs thinking, oh yeah, we're going to go down these stairs and then we're going to go up some stairs to get on the plane. No. There was a bus, you know, the airport transport bus things. So they took us to the plane, got on. I couldn't really settle on that flight. We weren't sat together on the way home. I had an aisle seat, and I needed a seatbelt extender. Now, I hadn't needed an extender on the way there, so I was like, what have they done? What's going wrong? Why my operation's not worked? Why do I need an extender now when I didn't need one on the way here? And then I thought, you're really swollen, stop being a dickhead. So I got my extender on, and I just could not settle on that flight. It took me a really long time to sit into it. I was like, I want to go home. We're going home. We're going home. I was so excited to see Jackson and just get on with things as well. We've been waiting for ages. I was in quite a bit of pain as well because I couldn't take pills properly. A lot of walking, a lot of sit. Just, it wasn't the best getting home scenario. But then the timing gods loved us. Got back to Manchester, and Amy, God bless her. I know I've said it. I am so thankful. I can't emphasize how thankful I am. She had my bags, she had her bags. She knew where the train station was, so we got to the train station at Manchester Airport, and there was one just pulling in to get me home to Blackpool. So I got on it, she put my things on for me, and I managed to get home. And then I had a taxi from the bloody Blackpool train station to my house. And I finally got home just after 5 on the Friday 2 weeks ago. And since then, it's just been great. I feel good. I'm still getting a bit of pain, I'm not gonna lie. I had hernia fix at the same time, so internally I am still getting a bit of pain. I'm still feeling quite tired, quite a lot. I'm really bored now that I'm on my own. Mum went home last Friday, but with Jackson being at school this week, I am quite bored, so I'm looking back to going back to work on Monday. Looking back to going back to work. Looking forward to going back to work is what I meant, obviously. And that's it. That's been it so far. And in that time, since the LRD started, I've lost 30 pounds. It's taken less than 5 weeks, which is insane. Absolutely crazy. And a couple of people have said to me, like, oh, why don't you just do that? Because I would die if I had to do liquids only for like 6 months, a year, however long it would take to lose it that way. This is forever. And that's just like a little roundup of the whole thing that nobody asked for. Sorry, but I'm really excited. And from my perspective, it's been great from start to finish. Apart from the flying, which is on me, I don't like flying, it's been great. I can't recommend booking surgery highly enough. My surgeon, Dr. Qatar, was fantastic, saw me every day while I was there still, and I've had no complications. I've had nothing bad in the time since the operation. It's been, and I know it's early days, so this is a bold claim, but it's been one of the best decisions I have ever made, honestly. I know it's not for everyone. This isn't me trying to talk you into getting one if you're thinking about it, or do you know what I mean? This is just my experience, and I couldn't be happier. And that's it. In terms of money, my package was £2,100. So that was for the hospital stay, the surgery itself, all of the tests, all of the meds to bring home, everything while you're there. I had to pay separately for flight. I had to pay separately for flights, which was $420 a return. And then what else? Oh yeah, the hernia, I had to pay an extra £340 for that to be fixed, which that's fine. The NHS haven't found that in all the time they've been looking to solve my reflux problems, so booyah, that's done. God knows how long that'd take over here. I cannot fault it. Can't fault it at all. The only times I thought I'd made the wrong decision was when I thought the plane was going to crash. And that's not medical. That's it, yeah. So if you have any questions, honestly, feel free to ask me. I really don't mind answering anything. And thank you for watching this ramble. There might be more to come at some point soon. If you have any questions, I might do like a little Q&A video in the future, or something more specific if you want anything like that. Otherwise, have a lovely weekend. Thank you for watching and listening.